But it's the 5th of June, World Environment Day, and today let's talk about a crop that's not just good for your health but great for the planet as well, and that is millet. Often referred to as smart food, millets are drought resistant, thrive in less fertile soils, and can survive extreme heat, making them ideal for a warming planet. Unlike water-intensive crops like wheat and rice, millets use nearly 70 to 80% less water, and they come with built-in resistance to pests and other diseases, reducing the need for chemical inputs. But their benefits go even deeper, quite literally. Millets help prevent soil depletion and actually improve fertility and soil health over a period of time. So in an age of climate stress, shifting monsoon patterns and soil degradation, millets offer both climate resistance and food security. And to decode the latest innovations and developments in millet research, the hurdles that are faced by millet farmers, and where India is exporting its climate smart grain, we are now joined by Dr. Tara Satyavathi, Director at ICAR, Indian Institute of Millet Research, now joining us. Thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. And first up, let's talk about millet consumption, because that in India has risen gradually over the last few years. But at IIMR, tell us what are the latest innovations or breakthroughs in millet research, and are there any ongoing research projects that are focusing on enhancing the nutritional profile of millets?
Millet consumption has definitely raised in the past 2-3 years. And coming to IIMR is the premier research institute which is involved in basic and strategic research. And also we have one technology business incubator by the name NutriHub, wherein we have value-added technologies being developed and commercialized. We also have incubation of the startups who are interested in coming up with millets, either solely with millets or along with some other products they have in their startups. So at NutriHub, our technology business incubator, we handhold them. We help them in identification of the products they want to launch, how to prepare them, what are the technologies needed for that, how to prepare them, and what are the machinery that are associated with that. And we also, if they're incubated along with our NutriHub for year-long program, we train them how to produce them. We also give a chance and give an opportunity for them to develop their own product using our own machinery, which we have at our common facility center, so that they can understand the market and also they can launch their products in the right place. And we help them, we guide them how to procure the raw material, what kind of raw material they need, what kind of process they need to use, and what kind of technology that has to be associated with that. And then we also guide them the kind of packing they have to have. All these things, we give them the training in our incubation program.
Okay, and if you can tell us what are the biggest challenges farmers are facing in millet cultivation today, and what are the major bottlenecks in the entire millet value chain? It could be from processing, packaging, or logistics. Any kind of solution that the institute is working on?
If I start with the farmers, millet cultivation, generally farmers are not taking up on a very highly fertile soils like you see in case of rice or wheat or maize. These are grown on very shallow soils with less fertility. And in spite of that, the varieties and the hybrids that are available in millets are able to produce good amount of yield. That is, the productivity is high. If you compare to the productivity of millets in 1950s and to date, the productivity has more than doubled. In pearl millet, it is more than 4 times. In sorghum, it is nearly 2.5 to 3 times. In ragi also, it is nearly 2 times more than that. In other small millets also, the productivity has increased. Now, the issue faced by the farmers is majorly the procurement or the purchase from them. What is happening is in rice, wheat, maize, you have the procurement at MSP in mandis, whereas in millets, that is not happening. if you see the major states which grow millets, for example, among all the millets in India, pearl millet is the major millet, which is occupying nearly 55% of the total area. And 60% of the total produce of millets is coming from pearl millet. And the major states which are growing pearl millet are Rajasthan, followed by UP, then Maharashtra, Haryana, all these states. The minimum support price is declared by the central government in very few states. And pearl millet, Rajasthan being the major state, you don't find any procurement happening at MSP.
Okay, so those are some of the challenges that Indian farmers are facing in cultivating millets. But if you can tell us, how has the trend for domestic Indian millet shaped up in the global market, and what are the key export destinations for Indian millet, and how has the industry shaped up over the last few years?
Market has definitely risen because of the awareness programs. And if you see, the Gulf countries are the major importers, like United Arab Emirates, then Saudi. These are the countries where most of our millets are going.
Okay, and what is the Research Institute really doing to promote millets in midday meals and other public food programs? If you can tell us, any kind of policy recommendations have been done by the Institute to the government regarding millet promotion going forward as well?
IMR has come up with a white paper on millets in 2022-23, and then we have come up with the policy papers also, which have been submitted to the government. And we have been proposing that these millets should be part of the NCDS and then ICDS and then midday meal programs in women and child development programs. And also this is also taken up through different agencies also. We are constantly reminding the government that these should be considered. In some cases, in some states, these programs are going on.
Dr. Satyavathi, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now and helping us decode what the outlook for the sector looks like. Thank you for taking your time out and joining us.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.